Hello everyone and welcome to 7th grade Math Module 4, Percent and Proportional Relationships. In this video we're looking at Lesson 8, Percent Error Problems. Our learning goal is to make sure we can compute percent error by using the formula. Our formula here is the absolute value of the approximate value minus the exact value divided by the absolute value of the exact value times 100%. This will help us to master Standard 7 RPA 3. Use proportional relationships to solve multi-step ratio and percent problems. So we have a formula that we can use here. And in this formula, the A, the approximate value, is the value that we think. We may have estimated it, or we may have measured it with equipment that may not have been super accurate, or maybe there was human error involved. X is the exact value. It's what it is. It's the official value. It is what it's supposed to be without any mistakes. So the whole point of percent error is trying to calculate the percentage that we had a mistake in what we think we have versus what we actually have. If you find this formula to be a bit intimidating or look a little strange, you can really break it down into just doing your basic part over whole. The part being the difference that you got when you got the approximate value minus the exact value, and then divided by the whole, which is the exact value, again, what we expected to get. A $300 mountain bike is discounted by 30% and then discounted an additional 10% for shoppers who arrived before 5 a.m. Find the sales price of the bicycle. So in order to find our sales price, we're going to have to find that 30%, and then we can figure out the 10% discount on top of that. So in this case, our original price would be our whole, and we have our percent. So when we have whole and percent, and we're looking for a part, we can multiply them together. However, since we are doing a discount, we're going to be taking away the 30%. So instead of multiplying it out and then taking away later, I'm going to take away with my percents. So 100% represents the whole price of the bike. And since I'm taking away 30% with my discount, I'm only paying for 70% of the bike. So that being said, I can take my whole, which is my original price, and multiplying it by the percent that I will be paying, which is 70%, 7/10. And when I do that, I find that I am paying $210 for the bike. Next, I need to find my 10% discount. In order to find my 10% discount, I need to first think about taking away my 10% from the whole. So 100% minus 10% means I'm paying for 90% of the price of the bike. But I'm paying 90% of the current price of the bike, which is $210. So I would take that $210, multiply it by the 9/10, which is the 90% that I am paying for, and I will find that the final discounted price of the bike is $189. If I had used instead the original $300 and found 10% of that, I would not have found the correct discounted amount. So in all, how much has the bicycle been discounted in dollars? As we said before, there are two ways you can do this, but since I have the original price and the new price, all I need to do is subtract those to find that it's been discounted $111. Now you might be sitting here and saying, all right, so we had a 30% discount, we had a 10% discount. Why isn't that just 40% off? Why couldn't I have just combined those together and then found it that way? Well, let's see. Since we had to take the 30% off first and then take off the 10% from what remained, we know that our amount of discount here was $111 got taken off of the bike, and it used to be $300. So I can just do a simple part divided by whole, so discount divided by the original price to find my percent of discount. So the $111 divided by $300 gives me 37/100ths, which is 37%. And that might not feel like it makes sense because it was 30 and then 10. Isn't that 40? But again, the 10% is off of the price that we got after we did our 30% discount. It's set up here an additional 10%. So that goes on top of, separate. So we have to calculate the one, then the other. What does this make you wonder about markup and markdown problems? Write your questions down so you don't forget them. Then you can try to find answers online or ask a classmate or teacher for help. Thanks for watching, and when you're trying this on your own, remember, if you learned from your failures, then you succeeded.